Hey guys, so this is my long-awaited DIY video on how to make these really cute pencil holders out of like old tins and cans and whatnot. So if you would like to see how I achieved this, stay tuned. Alright, so I've been promising this tutorial forever, and it is finally going to be a video on how to make these pen holders that I have in my desk organization video. And because I'm redoing my room right now, the colors are different, so I decided to change these holders, and instead of like using new cans, I'm just going to use the ones that I already have. So I'm going to show you two different ways you can do it. One with a printout of your choice, and the other with wrapping paper. So let's just get started. So I'm using a printout that I got from the computer. You can do this with any thing you want, and just kind of make sure it's at least big enough to fit your cup. So this is the one that I'm going to be using, and if I take this and wrap it around, you can kind of see the size. So I have a border here that I don't need, so I'm just going to cut that off and then measure it out that way. So now that I've cut it out and I've just wrapped it around my can, you can see how much excess you have left, and you can just take a pen or a pencil and go around the inside of it. Make sure it doesn't bleed through if you're using like a white one, but you're going to just trace it so that you know where to cut your paper. And mine didn't show up, so I'm going to do it again. And this is so easy, guys. Like, you can do this, and there's tons of possibilities. You can outline the letters with glitter glue, or something like that. Yeah, I hope this is in the shot. Yeah, okay. Not that you guys don't know how to use a pen or anything, Okay. Then you can just cut on that line, and you can use different shapes too. I mean, I can try to maybe get like a box and show you guys how to do like a wrapped box or something. I want to make one out of like leather and do some fabric ones with studs, so I'm gonna get pretty crafty. I never really show like my craftier side, but like I've said in videos, I am going to art school, so I just kind of have, I have the craftier side, I suppose. Now you can use glue, adhesive, spray adhesive works nice, but I am just going to use some tape. So just measure it out like that, and you can use an X-Acto knife if you have any like hanging paper on the top here or whatnot. So put, oopsies, that didn't happen. So just put a piece of tape down. Make sure this lines up with the bottom of the can. If your can has these little edges, these are fun to put the spray adhesive on, or glitter glue, and roll it in powdered glitter. If you're into glitter, you can use rhinestone studs, like I said. So put the one side down, alright, and mine just fits. I just used 8.5 by 11 paper. Okay, I'm going to tape the other side. Okay, and I keep these kind of like facing the back, so I don't really mind if it's kind of messy. But then you can just take X-Actos or whatnot, or scissors, cut the excess off. Okay. So then I have my one cup, and now I'm going to show you how to do it with wrapping paper. Okay, so I've just cut a piece of wrapping paper big enough to fit my can, and you're just going to do the same exact thing. So you want to line up your can with the paper. This is going to be so cute. I love this. Alright. So if it doesn't fit this way, you know, don't freak out. You know, it can always go the opposite way. So it fits this way for me. So I'm just going to take this, and it's good because the edges of the can work as a nice little guide. They kind of keep it in place. Alright. Make sure your edges when you cut them are straight so that you don't get these little gaps here. Okay, so now that that fits around this way, I'm just going to tape this, but I need both my hands or whatnot, so I'm going to come right back. Quick tip here, if you're using a pretty sturdy wrapping paper like this one, and you can see that this is like double the length of my can, you can actually use these as little vases for like fake flowers and stuff in your room, or branches or twigs, and get that, you know, taller length effect without really having a tall vase. So I could technically stop here and use it like this, but what I've done is taped both sides, and you can use double-sided tape, which also works very well, but I'm just going to do the last side here. Okay. Pull it nice and taut. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and cut the excess down. And because this one is so long, I'm just going to go right on in and kind of like fold the extra paper like over, you know, and then kind of cut around it like that. Another quick tip for you guys is if you're trying to cover something and it's you're using a lighter colored paper, you can always double it so that you can't see through, because there's like pink under here. So I already did one layer, and I'm just going to go back and do another layer. So yeah. So here are my finished cans. As you can see, this one still's got the green on the inside, so you can, you know, change the color on the inside if you want. But then I've got my Vogue one, and then the white satin striped. So these are really fun. Another cool way, if you're into like that industrial style, using paper bags is another cool way of doing it. And yeah, I'm actually going to do that for our studio, because we kind of have like a restoration hardware theme, and it would look really cool. So if you guys want more DIYs, let me know. I really like doing them. So I'll talk to you girls soon. Bye!